I see 11:11 every day.
Yeah.
I see it mornings 11:11.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's crazy.
Can't make it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's certain shit I'm like, man, it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah, real shit.
You know, and I try to get that energy, and I really try to just ride.
Nah, I believe that too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm full, all the way 1,000% with that. Like as far as spiritual, like spiritually being tapped in and believing in like old signs and shit like that.
Was you always like that?
I feel like it got more as I like tapped into it. I feel like as I got older to even understand. First I had to understand and understand like, okay, they're like, you know what I'm saying?
What's really going on?
Yeah, believe in it.
Sometimes I be thinking, I think over my last 3 years, I probably was like, man, it's really real.
The most, yeah, real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
A lot of times growing up, I see it all the time, but I was like, that's fluke.
Yeah, real shit.
But it's really destined.
Yeah.
For real.
Nah, but alright, look, we back, y'all, with another episode. You know what I'm saying?
It's goody.
Got my boy in the building. You know what I'm saying?
That's
a pro, a businessman. You know what I'm saying? Got his hands in
no philanthropy,
and a bunch of things, man. We gonna talk about it. We're gonna keep this episode action packed. It's an informational / achievement / success / more potential and more stuff coming and more stuff on the way.
A little motivational.
Yeah. We just gonna talk culture. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it organic. It's only right, so it's still organic. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Jared in the building, Jared Harrington. You know what I'm saying? 6'5" basketball player out of where you from?
Shit, I was born in DC. Raised in Maryland.
Okay.
You know, been there all my life, man. That's where my game come from.
Okay. So you gotta tell us a little bit about that DC, Maryland, that DMV. Tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, first of all, we spank New York.
Every time we do
that.
They go to PG County, something in the water. Look. I don't know if y'all seen the something in the water. The point guard. Y'all seen
KD.
Yeah. No. The series.
KD
Facts. That's a fact. Facts.
We got some ballers coming out.
That's a fact. I don't know if I can let him say it. You know, we from the town, man. It's my guy and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is my guy. You know what I'm saying? But look, hold on. We not gonna start off like that in the house of the culture. Because then now they gonna be all in the comments going crazy. New York was going.
Let me tell y'all some real shit. So they don't know we went to school together.
Facts.
You know, so we had wars. This been going on for years.
Big fact.
But I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my area, man. We produce a lot of dogs, really.
No, for sure.
KD come from there, Beasley come from there, Ty Lord. It's a lot of NBA dudes, and it's a real small area. Baltimore is about 40 minutes, 40 minutes away from my area, really. You know, we got our own little thing going on with that DC, PG, and Baltimore side, but we in general, it's just a small area, but we produce, so.
All right, so, okay, y'all got y'all nice basketball fundamental background coming out of that area. I get it. How was it growing up? School, neighborhood wise, family? Man,
school, neighborhood. I grew up a little differently than the rest of my family. My parents stayed together. We was raised real good. I can't complain, man. And compared to my friends and a lot of my family, like I was saying, we was definitely blessed. So
sure, that's a blessing.
My brother, he was really a role model for me. He took the athlete approach, so I followed his footsteps. And our area, like I said, everybody, when you come from a majority black area, everybody believes in sports and entertainment. So
right.
All my friends wanted to make it at the end of the day, so I followed suit. So all throughout school, I knew I wanted to play basketball. I stayed dedicated to that for the most part. I tried my best to stay out of trouble. I did a pretty good job of that.
Right.
So it was a blessing, man. I wouldn't change my upbringing for the world because it definitely shaped me into the man I am for real.
Okay. So what about the school aspect? You ever was like super duper nerd into school? And I don't even want to say nerd like it's a bad thing.
We love the nerds.
Yeah, I about to say nerd is a great thing. And sometimes you gotta wait to learn it on later in life. You know what I'm saying? You want to be smart. You don't want to be quote unquote a little bit dumb or a little bit behind the 8 ball, whatever. But
I was always naturally smart, I would say. I didn't apply myself to school like I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't focused on school. You know, you growing up, you just want to hoop.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, you just want to hoop and get some girls. So that's all we, you know what I'm saying? That's all we was focused on for the most part. So, I mean, I definitely could have did a lot better, but I did just enough just so I could stay on the court.
You know? I get it. I get it. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. That a lot of basketball players, you know how that go. But
that's how I go, man. It's sad to say.
So how was the neighborhood? Growing up in your neighborhood, how was that?
The neighborhood was cool, man. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on the DC side. I spent a lot of time on the PG Maryland side too. Okay. So I got both of the worlds, you know. I got the city life, I got the suburban life, you know. So we was talking about that earlier. We tourists, and so we know how to adapt to whatever situation
For sure.
that we put in. So I took both of them and, you know, shaped me into who I am.
Yeah, no, that's how you gotta do it. So one thing I want to get into is, did you ever play any other sports in basketball or like?
Man, I always wanted to play basketball.
Okay.
Right? I tried football. I did football for like 2 years. Mm-hmm. But like I said, my brother was the football guy.
What position you played football?
I played linebacker. I played tight end.
Okay.
And my brother, he was a linebacker.
It's funny, I played the same position.
For real?
I played football for 1 year. My brother used to say both of them. My little brother too, because he started jacking my older brother. You scared?
Yeah.
I'm not scared, bro. I just don't like football. Like, so I played 1 year to prove I'm not scared.
Yeah.
So I played tight end, and I was a linebacker too.
I did mine to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted, you know, try to do something to impress my brother. You know, at the same token. You know what I'm saying? You always say,
right, why you not playing right?
I'm a basketball dude,
there
bro. You 5'11", man. I'm growing. You know what I'm saying? I got bigger potential. But yeah, man. So I was over that, man. I was like, man, I'm going back to the court for real.
Right. Okay, so when did you start playing basketball?
I was playing basketball. I started really taking it a little bit serious, probably 7.
Okay.
7 when I really started, you know, hooping for real.
Okay, so I'll say, to what age did you get good?
Sheesh.
Was it natural?
In my mind, I thought I was like that.
A Taurus.
Listen, in my mind, I thought I was all-American.
Me too.
I thought I was going to be that guy. I thought I was that guy.
Until I was a 6'man.
Until I get the game. Probably like, realistically, probably like 10th grade.
Okay.
10th grade when I started getting a little bit of interest from college.
Right.
Started getting a little growth spurt, getting a little bit of confidence.
Okay.
So probably like 10th grade for real.
So what high school you went to?
I went to 2. I went to Heritage Academy.
In
it
DC?
That was in Maryland. That was in PG County, Maryland.
Okay.
Then I went to, it used to be called Princeton Day.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
the school Kill Carl, right?
Yeah.
Kill Carl went there. Okay.
Kill Carl went there. He went there like 2 years before me.
Okay.
And then they changed the name to Capital Christian.
Okay.
My senior year, I transferred there.
Okay.
And that's when it got a little real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got a little real there. Yeah.
In the sense of what? So tell me a little bit about that season, that senior season up there. How was that for you as far as like, I mean, I'm off your energy. Yeah. It was a great season for you.
Yeah, it was a good season.
Okay.
It was a good season.
Okay.
It was an adjustment for me because I went from playing against, I always played against competition because I played in the Capital Beltway League, so we had just DC and Maryland schools.
Okay.
We had private schools, charter schools, and public schools in one league.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it.
So it's like, it was bumped everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So I was used to the bump. That's cool. But I wasn't used to playing 58 games.
Y'all played 58 high school games?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we played 58 games, and that's not normal for a high school. That's not even normal for college. College play like what, 30?
Yeah, 30-something games.
32, 33?
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we played 58. So our team practiced 5 times that year. Mm-hmm. All the rest of it was just games. We just
so it's moving mad fast, pretty much.
So that's why I was like, it got a little real for me because I'm like, okay, cool, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been on the road like this.
Yeah.
I ain't played for DC Assault, Team Takeover, all the type of
AU teams.
Right. So I wasn't really traveling like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to Chicago. You know?
Right. So you gotta get in the plane, and you gotta get in the bus, and you gotta get out, you gotta stretch. That's the real thing. I've been through that too. You know what I mean? Especially when you get to that collegiate level, and you got the 6-hour bus trips. You gotta go to the hotel. You gotta do shoot around. Then you go back to the hotel. Then you get ready. Then you lay up line. Then it's finally game time. You know what I'm saying? So
it's different.
It is definitely different for sure.
But I got better though.
Okay, so talk about that.
I got better. I played against even better competition because it was national.
I love national.
So we played like
especially in high school.
Oak Hill.
Yeah.
Our Savior out of New York, where they had Check.
Yeah.
Check the Islo.
Mm-hmm.
St. Benedict's. Like we was playing against all them type of schools. So I was playing against some buck. Got some interest. I wasn't taking school seriously again.
Right.
You know, but that's when I started going to my visits, like Boston College. So we're going to visit there. Visit Boston U. I had a lot of Patriot League. Had one more ACC that had interest, and it was building. You know what I'm saying? My little stuff was building. We had people coming off the bench, offers from Kansas State. Like it was one of them type of
programs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So that's always a great situation in basketball. You love those type of powerhouses. That's like, you know what I mean? You know, that's what they call it. It's a powerhouse where you go here, you liable to do something next. You moving on from here, going to the next.
Yeah, they think you're going to the league. Somebody on that team.
Yeah.
Got some NBA looks.
Potential, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, okay, so how was the open season? Like, what did you average? How y'all finished? And
I averaged about 12, 13.
That's not bad on a national schedule.
Yeah,
for sure.
I was about 12, 13. I was starting some games, coming off the bench some games. Okay. Some games I wasn't getting as much time.
Okay.
Some games I was hitting game winner. Right, so we was all interchangeable because you got to think, I was the only dude. Well, it was only 2 people from D.C., Maryland area on that team.
Everybody was
from all over.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We had some kids from Africa. Like it was different.
Students coming abroad and all that coming to school. That's definitely dope.
But we killed though.
Okay.
A lot of people were scared to play it, just like they do a lot of powerhouses. Like we was bugging, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what was that record?
I can't even remember. We played so many damn games. I don't even know. But I just know we won more than we lost.
That's okay. It was a winning season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you know what I mean. When you put together them type of kids, like
you're not gonna lose. That's what you're doing it for. Yeah, that's what you. Jordan. That's what you.
Jordan came in and gave us all the gear. We walking around with Jordans. You know what I'm saying? We feeling good. We coming in that joint. They're like, oh yeah. 7-footers, like, you know, high schools don't got no 7-footers.
Nah, yeah, you're coming in loaded, sweatsuits, book bag.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Our big man, he went to Providence. You know what I'm saying? I think he left Providence, second highest rebounder or first highest rebounder in school history. She was a freshman, sophomore playing with us. Like, it's like we had them type of people on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So after that season, right? Now you get into the recruiting process. You said you had some look, you took some visits and all of that. How did that start to work out?
It started to slow down for me.
Okay.
Like I was so in that mode of D1 or none.
I get it. I was there too.
You heard me? I wasn't entertaining nothing else. Because everybody on my squad wasn't entertaining nothing else. So it was like that's who we was. So when the SATs came, I took that joint 3 times, failed. All 3. I wasn't taking school seriously, and you know when you getting recruited by the big time schools.
SAT is big because if you qualify, like me, I ain't even gonna front. You're right. I lucked up, bro. I qualified on my first time. Yeah. I didn't get the best score, but I qualified. So therefore, like I was actually eligible to receive a scholarship type of thing. So I get what you're saying. SAT would definitely be a deal breaker. You're right. Especially if. It's either like they go hard on the grades or you know how that goes, but whatever. But
they ain't believe in our grades because we was that type of school. So like they thought they was giving us grades anyway. You know what I'm saying? We a basketball prep school. And when you go on to them type of schools, I was good at writing, right? A lot of ACC, big time schools, they only want your 2-part. They don't want your 3-part SAT scores. You know what I'm saying? My best
scores together.
Yeah. And my best joint was writing. You know what I'm saying? Like the paragraphs. I don't know how your SAT scores were as a kid. Right. But in Maryland, DC area, we had to write them out.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's different. You got the different parts, and then they use you're right. They use it. Right.
So I started to slow down, man, and that's how I got to D-Web. Yeah, that's how I got up there.
So so what did he got? He got in touch with you, or he
found me. I had some D2s, but then again, I wasn't.
At that point, you was just looking for the best situation.
At that point, I'm like, man, I just want to go pro. You know, everybody else around me is talking pro. And, you know, my area, we just happen to have a lot of pros. So all the pros, we work out together. I just was on pro. And so when the coach from D-Web was coming to me like, yeah, you could be a pro. I'm like, okay, I like you. That bald head dude, I like him. You know, he not bad. Okay, let's see what he's talking about. And then I went up there.
So how is that going from D.C., Maryland area all the way up to New Hampshire?
I was living in Maryland, and that was about 9 9-10 hour drive. I've never been up to New Hampshire. You know, it was a cultural difference. And I just had to make the best of it because I just wanted to hoop at that point. So I didn't really care. I just want to hoop. I want to go pro.
Speak on that, because that's a big thing, that sacrifice. We're going to touch on, like, obviously you playing pro in Africa and all of that, but just that sacrifice of hoopers, you know, like all the hoopers know that sacrifice of just wanting to hoop. You don't go anywhere to hoop. You go to Egypt. They call you out to Egypt. You go to Egypt to hoop.
Snap.
You know what I'm saying?
I went up there. Me and my father, we drove up there, and I was like, man, I didn't even care about my surroundings. And Daniel Webster, for people that don't know, it was a D3. It's closed now, but it was a D3 school. I went from me and my father driving up to Boston to visit Boston College, to drive up to New Hampshire and visit Daniel Webster. You know what I mean?
That's a humbling experience.
Yeah. So I'm up there. I'm like, man, listen, you gonna play me? I'm on that type of time. I'm like, man, I need the ball in my hand. You know what I'm saying? You believe in me. You think I'm going to go pro. I want to play point guard.
Right.
You say you could turn me into a point guard because I was playing the 2 in high school. I wasn't really playing the 1.
Oh, okay.
You know, so I came to D-Web. That's my first time playing the 1 because he's like, man, listen, they going to like this at the pro level. So I'm like, all right, cool. Turn me into that. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. I'm just one-track minded. So it was a big sacrifice because it was humbling. Like you said, I didn't know people that was going D3.
Right.
You know, that was taking the game as serious as me.
Right.
You know?
Nah, I get it. I get it. I definitely get it. Yeah. Especially when you in that world. I feel like not to, you know, because now
no
that
shame,
I'm about to say, now that you experience it, there's a lot of talent at Division 3 level.
Man.
Both of us, honestly. I had the experience to play in the Division.
That's how we met each other.
Yeah, no, that's how we met each other at the same school. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I got my story, but that's a whole nother story. We're not even going to get into that. But, long story short, I've had the experience to play on a Division 3 national tournament. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good players and a lot. And honestly, I was starting point guard that year with signed to Mexico.
Yeah,
signed to Mexico. Like so, it was. We had a lot of pros in that program. Shout out to the college of Staten Island. Shout out to ANC. This is my high school. I'm talking about the college right now, but yeah, bro. So okay, it was humbling. You got out there and you basically told them what it was, and it's funny because when I pulled up, it was kind of that situation. You know what I'm trying to say? When I put them on the phone, you know what I mean? Like he was singing a different tune a little bit. He wasn't saying like, "Oh, it's gonna be your show." He was like, "We got this guy, Jared. He's coming back. I think you guys will make a good backcourt together." You know what I'm saying? Like that type of vibe. And because from where I was coming from, that's what he was explaining. But it's funny that you say that because when I pulled up, it wasn't like he reneged on what he said. But they were losing their accreditation, so I think it was getting a little. It was getting a little dicey. It's getting dicey now. So you know what I'm trying to say. So he was probably trying to figure out what he was going to do and all that. So it wasn't the best situation, but
a little dicey. I had to make the best of it because it wasn't my best situation.
Right, 1,000%.
Coming into it as a freshman, because I'm like, man, listen, I had prep schools, wanted me to go prep, and there was a problem with my family because. Why y'all not paying for my prep? We gotta pay for my prep. That ain't happening. We got that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's out. No prep. JUCO. My brother went JUCO. He went JUCO all the way out Cali. Now he made some great. He made the best of the situation. Feel me? But me going JUCO at that time, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I seen his hardships. I seen my family's hardships when
once you make that JUCO. Yeah. Right.
You know, it's not a guarantee, and it's for the dogs, and I was a dog at that time, but I just thought in that mindset, I'm better than that. You know what I'm saying? And I shouldn't have thought in that mindset at the end of the day, but everything happened for a reason. So Morris came, and down Webster, and I was like, okay, cool, let's just rock.
So how was that first season?
That first season was cool.
Okay.
I mean, I ain't saying it was easy, but I was ready.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ready to go.
Like the type of program that I was coming from and coming to Daniel Webster, the coaching staff was new. Yeah. I was new.
Right.
It was like
everything made sense.
It made a lot of sense for me. So it's like I had a successful season.
Okay, good.
I had respect as a freshman. I didn't go through none of that stuff that others.
Hazing and all of that, right? You said, I didn't go.
What is that? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like we coming in, we ready to boogie.
Right.
And so it was strong.
Okay.
It was a strong season.
Nah, that's dope. Okay, and how was that second season like? Right before the departure to the into the transfer to what do you call it?
Albany State.
Yeah.
Yeah, that second season was better.
Okay.
I was really ready that season. It was like had a different mindset. I wanted to get out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't comfortable. You know, you can attest. You know,
right.
I was working. I wanted to get out of there. At the end of the day, and they gave me the ball in my hand. So I was like, man, listen, they messed up. So I'm gonna just take full advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? I try to get you to play with me. I just wanted to win.
And it's so crazy we just talk about it off camera. I think we would have been a great backcourt.
Yeah.
I think we honestly would have. I think that we could have definitely easily played higher than that level. And I think we could have played easy. I think we would have been a good backcourt mid-major. To be honest, you know what I'm saying?
We just big guards. It's not like we the best of all best, but we just naturally aggressive, bigger guards.
I was a pretty good shooter at the time. I was knocking them down, and I was smart. You know what I'm saying? So that was that. But 1,000%. It would have been a crazy situation. But
I mean everything happens for a reason.
1,000%.
That season ended crazy.
Right. Oh yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. So how was that experience with that situation? That made y'all lose y'all. That made y'all lose.
Now we already talk
about that because I had already transferred out.
So the season was ending. We found out the school was closing down.
Okay.
You know, something happened when some eligibility with some play on the team, and we couldn't finish out the rest of our season, so we couldn't be eligible to play in a conference tournament at the end of the day and make it to the national tournament.
Okay.
So basically our season was done. That was going to be our last game. So a lot of people didn't want to play that last game. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, what's the point? You know, there's a lot of people, these are the last time they ever going to play basketball a day in their life.
Yeah.
And then 3 days before they found out they can't even really compete. And then we was number 1 in the conference. We're number 1 or number 2. You know, that was probably one of the best in the school history. So we had a lot of momentum going, and then flatline. You know, so a lot of people, they want boogie. A lot of animosity, a lot of anger. And then, you know, the fight happened. It made ESPN.
We just gonna drop that clip, let the people see it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think what y'all want. You know what I'm saying?
And it was just a real quick jab, just like this.
Yeah, right in the head.
Right in the facial area.
Nashua Police Detective John Hannigan was assigned to work security at a basketball game last month between Daniel Webster College and Southern Vermont College when he got stuck in the middle of a benches clearing brawl. Hannigan testified the melee started when...
Yeah, but I mean...
And that's that, but...
Yeah,
you know,
but all is well, you know, I came out safe. I
ain't gonna front. When I found out about that, I was already at CSI. I'm like, word. I'm like, nah,
that was
that's
crazy, man.
That was crazy, but I ain't even gonna front. And Brody was cool too. I think he just had a moment where he kind of just lost it a little second. Cause I ain't going. He ain't never do nothing like that prior to that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I think he just lost it for a little second, but.
And it happens.
It definitely do.
And it happens.
Definitely do.
At the end of the day, everybody's safe.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all we can ask for.
There you go. So moving on to Albany State. How'd they get in contact with you? And since the season ended like that so abruptly, you know that like how did that work out as far as like your recruiting process? Did they just you automatically was sold on them or what?
I was scheming.
Okay.
From the beginning of the season, I told Morris, "This is my last year here." I didn't even know the school was gonna close down. I'm like, I'm using this as my JUCO. That's how I trained my mind.
Right.
He's going, and we had those conversations.
Right, of course.
You know, this is gonna be my JUCO. So do this, I kill. So every game I'll be making film, making tapes. I made my own highlight tapes. And I'm just sending them drinks out every game. You know, we played against some big time schools, 2 D1s. I did pretty good. Sent them tapes out. You know, so a lot of the HBCUs, they're like, okay, this is a big guard. He has experience. They looked at me like a JUCO guard, really. Yeah, he came in with experience. So I went on visits to a lot of schools. You know, a lot of D2s. Didn't have no D1 interest, and I wasn't tripping at that point. I just wanted to move up because at that point I'm like, okay, cool. I got a chance to really make a pro. So it don't matter where I go. I just got to be on the floor.
For sure.
Come in the same situation that I just left.
Do the same thing.
You know what I got
climb the ladder one more time. Like I did it last time. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. And so Albany State came talking that good. I'm like, okay, what? You gonna put the ball in my hand? You gonna keep me at the 1? Because I'm getting, now I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little.
used to controlling the game,
you know?
controlling the floor.
And I was asking you how to do that.
No cap. No cap.
You know what I'm saying?
That's humble you mentioned. That's why that's my guy. That's why I only could mess with people on a genuine level. I can't be fake, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? It's real though. But you know what I mean? Like but he had it though. He had it. It just was more a maneuvering. You know what I'm trying to say? Just filling it out. It's the feel for it. You know
I wanted to score.
Yeah.
They wanted me to lead the team.
Yeah.
I'm young. And then at D3, you can have everybody could be a little older.
For sure. Our whole team, but we Brody a year younger than me, and at the time he probably was the youngest. Yeah. Right? Other than maybe fresh. Tommy might have been my age or your age.
Chase Bands?
Chase was the youngest. At
that time, shout out man Chase Bands. My man.
Word. Shout out Chase. That I actually stayed. It's funny because at that moment at my apartment up there, I stayed with Chase like the last month before I did. It's mad funny. Shout out
You're a good guy, man.
He's a great guy.
That's
Chase is a great guy. He's a genuine dude.
Never hated.
Never did.
Never hated. And a lot of times you can do that. You can fall you can see yourself falling into that because I ain't getting the shine or I ain't getting a chance to play.
Chase wasn't that. Chase coming to the gym happy every day. Work out.
Work out with us.
Yeah.
We couldn't even get starters.
Nope.
In it.
They ain't getting
5 years later.
Yeah.
Go keep it 100 with your 5.
When you put that work in, look, it's just it's in your character, bro. You can't. You're just not a worker, or you don't have that work. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that work ethic. It's just what it is, bro. It's just you don't want to put that work in, so
it ain't want to work.
You can't get results, but it's just
part of it. I went to Albany State, and it was an adjustment. I won preseason player of the year. First time a player ever won that without being in the conference. So that put pressure, right? We was talking off camera. I was fucking with that. You know what I mean?
He said, yeah, I like that. He said they gonna know who I am.
Because I wanted that smoke. You know, I want that to this day.
That's right, no cap.
You know, that's how I live up there because I'm already expected people to, you know, downplay me.
For sure.
You know, they're like, who we think? Yeah, I am. Yeah, so it's like when we played the open gyms and it's like that's what we do. Them 3 dribbles.
Yeah.
I want them.
I just shout out to the 3 dribbles. I ain't played ball in a minute, bro. I'm not in the best shape at all.
Yeah.
I live for them. A young boy come up, let's go to the park right now. I can't right now. I got my daughter. Look, tomorrow we can go. We go to the park. I said we're gonna play 3 dribbles. I'm not chasing you all around. Smoke them. Look, 7 zip.
Yeah, just 3.
7 zip,
bro.
He think we going Steph Curry.
We not doing that. That's not realistic. And that's the thing. It was like that's what I came there on that mode because that's the mode I just came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We
you was already in kill mode. You was already in. It's do or die. It's survival time. I got to make it to the next level. I know what I'm trying to do. Ain't nothing stopping me.
Nothing. They're like, where you come from? Like, man, listen, I'm
so preseason. You said preseason first team.
No, I made preseason player of the year.
That is
my
big.
junior year without playing in the conference.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
It was crazy. And so the coach thought I was cocky. I probably was. But at the same time, I'm mature. It's like that's my personality too. I'm confident. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. It may come off as cockiness, but it's not really cocky. It's just overly confident.
And then the area I'm coming from, like, is, you know, the DMV area is just, they confident. Especially when we talk about ball, like, that's what we do. You know, that's what we known for. Certain places, DC area, New York, you know what I'm saying? Certain places you already know, okay, they coming to hoop.
Even when they say, where you from? You know, y'all from New York. Oh, you
Yeah. Let's pipe it down a little bit.
Right,
let's pipe it down a little bit.
Let's see what son you say walking from the South for a flag. You say
same thing with football. Like when people say football, they be like Georgia, Florida.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Florida. He said you should have dread. He said my son fat. Look.
Yeah, he fast. Hey, he gonna get out. He gonna get out on you.
He's fast. You know what I'm saying?
Get out on you.
4-2. Look, 4-2. Nah, no cat. That's a fact.
So he thought I was a little that, but it's like the first game. You know, I'm 18 off the bench. Why you bitching me? Why you doing that? I'm killing the whole thing. You start me, and then a week before, or 2 weeks before the game, you want to have me coming off the bench for what? You know, so I came in ready to play at the end of the day. So some things with his coaching methods, I just wasn't understanding. You know, but I had to make the best of my situation.
So as an overall, that season was just a little up and down.
Overall, that season was up and down, but I got an invite to the NBA PA Top 50 camp.
Okay.
They was like the top 50 HBCU basketball players in the country. So I went up there. I played pretty well. There was some NBA scouts, so I came in the next season. You know, I was ready.
For sure.
I was ready to play. We had a new coach. You know,
How was that camp though? How was it? So you played really well.
The camp was cool. It was ran by the National Basketball Association, Players Association rather. So you know, we had like a lot of NBA players, ex-NBA players as coaches. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them was like it was like a camp. Like camp counselors was like Dominique Wilkins, people was and all them type of people. And then we had some NBA scouts. You know, watching our scrimmages.
Okay.
So it gave me a lot of confidence. At the end of the day, you know, I performed pretty good, so it gave me some confidence. Yeah.
So that led into the next season, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that led to the next season, bro. Like next season we got a new coach. Like I said, I had different aspirations at that point. Now I wanted to make it to the league. You know what I'm saying? So it was like in high school, you know, we all wanted to make it to the NBA. Now I seen the dude from Morehouse make it to the G League. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I gave him 18. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So and I did that off the bench. I gave him 18. So I'm like, okay,
so
cool.
He go to the G League.
I can go to the G League.
Right.
At least.
Okay, I get it. Basically, you switch your mindset back from I'm gonna just go over the waters, get this money. I'm gonna go pro. I'm gonna be a pro. To back to I'm going to the league.
Yeah.
Okay, so once to the senior season, we going to the league.
Okay.
And so, what your preparation was like? You upped it up. I'm pretty sure you stepped up.
I got stocky.
Okay.
I lifted every day. It's not every day, 4 times a week. I told my strength and conditioning coach what I wanted to do. He made me a nice plan with it. On the junket, it was an NBA symbol. Kept my mind on it. You know what I'm saying? I had to shout out Coach Troy.
For sure.
Coach G was a different type of coach. You know what I'm saying? Like his coaching style was different. You know, it was an adjustment for me. But at the end of the day, like I was ready to boogie no matter what situation I was in. So my first game, I had 22. Second game, I had 24. And it was against two ranked teams in the country. And then the third game, he benched me. The second, I think like a couple minutes going into the second half, he benched me, and we lost by like 17. Going into the first half, my bad. And he benched me, we lost by like 17.
To the same team I just had lost?
We lost it, but we only lost by like 4. It was a good game.
So 13-point spread.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was basically saying I wasn't playing hard enough. And I was telling you that, like, it kind of pushed me because I needed that at the end of the day, too. You know, I needed somebody to push me past my potential.
Yeah, sometimes you need that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you definitely need that little push. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, he was basically saying, like you just said, we were talking a little bit off the camera. It was basically, you know what I'm saying, that 22 is cool, that 24 is cool, but you can get 35. So you're going to stop at that 22, 24, get that 35.
And the thing about him, he made everybody in the locker room feel that. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, this is your fault that y'all lost this. Like, it's him. You know what I'm saying? And so it made me tougher too. Like I was naturally just tough. So I got tough skin. So, you know, it didn't discourage me as much. Like at the time I was sad, of course, but I never stopped working. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I could be sad and still go to the gym and get my, you know.
For sure.
So
you're going to get through that.
Yeah, no question.
That storm for sure and make it out on the other side.
So that season went real good, man. I think we only lost 2 games in the conference that year. We were first and second in the conference.
And that conference got some heavy hitters, right? Who was all in that conference that year?
We got Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, Claflin was in there, Kentucky State. Savannah State's in there now. They dropped down from D1 with D2, Savannah State. Okay. It's a bunch of this tough, you know, southern schools, southern HBCUs. You know, they're just tough as nails, athletic. You know, calf muscles like this. They just kaboogie.
The one thing about the South, they always say everybody from the South athletic, they jumping out the gym. They jumping. When they come to football, they fast. You know what I'm saying? You know how that goes, but
and I'm smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? I was
for sure. Poise, for solid killer. You know what I'm saying? Assassin. That's what assassin for sure. But so y'all had a pretty much a winning season your senior season.
I think we lost in the playoffs, and we went to conference tournament. We had a seed, so that was one of the first times in school history we did that.
Okay.
We lost in the semifinals. I was killing that. I was having 28.
Would you average your senior season overall?
Season overall, I averaged about 17, 18.
Good season.
And playoffs, conference tournament, I averaged 28. 28. Yeah.
stepped it up big. He took it up 10 points a game.
Yeah, because I knew the film was important. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to get there. You know, because I had good vets around me early too. So I knew the film mattered. So I knew little things, close out. You know, make sure I rebound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was ready to play.
Okay. I get it. So y'all lose that semifinal conference game, and then what's next? You got
Man, I cry, and then I get up, I go to the gym, and I just work. I get with Coach Troy. I prepare for the draft. You know, I try to enter my name in the draft. Didn't get drafted, of course. And then I signed a fake contract. People don't know that. It's inside school. Only you know that. I signed a fake deal, y'all.
Yeah?
It was crazy. Can't believe that. I was anxious. Like, me, I was itching. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go pro. You know, I got an agent. You know what I'm saying? He sending me to all these different workouts and stuff. I ain't really like my agent at the time. You know what I'm saying? I signed that to him off haste because I just, you know, when you got a dream all your life, like, you just want to achieve it.
Right, 1,000%.
So I signed to who was available to me at the time. So he was sending me to a lot of workouts, and then a deal came through. You know, I signed it. He said it was good. Jack was fake. I had a whole party. Had my mother there. Everybody there.
Crazy.
Had everybody there. Rented out a lounge in DC. Right on U Street. It's a real story. I had my friends. I signed a deal. Mama cried. Oh, sick.
That's crazy.
Oh, sick. Hey, my stomach hurt thinking about that. I'm up there like, yeah.
So we got to talk about that stuff. We got to tell us. Hold on.
Yo, that shit was crazy. What? I signed a fake deal.
So what did they say? Like, what did they OD? Like, yeah, we gonna do 75 in the front, on the back, and we with a chip. Like, we gonna do 100.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
They wild out though. Like,
it was a bug out. Now that I look back on it, you know, I played. You know, I did it now. So
he signed. He listen, people. He signed a couple real contracts after that.
Yeah.
This is you know what I'm saying. But go ahead.
I did it now, so I could say, at that time, the level of status that I was coming, D3 to D2, I made all conference, so that was cool. I did a lot of good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
28.
you had your accolades, right?
But I wasn't Duke, UConn.
Right, no cut.
Going in my same situation, not drafted. So like that's the pool now. You got the drafted people in the NBA, then you got your pool overseas. Then you got your top level overseas, you got your mid level overseas, and you got your low. Like your I ain't gonna say no names. People get mad. But it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go get your opportunity. I went to Mongolia. We're gonna talk about that too.
No cat.
I'm humble. You know, you gotta start off.
You gotta. If you want it, you're gonna get it. Listen,
you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere. So the deal was like, I think it was like double. It was double a month. I think it was like 10. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, you know. I'm thinking I'm all American for real. So I'm like, man, it's cool. I don't even know how it came into my gracious. So I shared it with the agent, and then he was like, yeah, it's cool. It was in Belarus. So I'm telling everybody, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm going to Europe. My brother, he played football overseas. You feel me? So he been living overseas for like 6 years. Started his family over there. He doing all that stuff on the football. And so I'm like, yeah, bro, following your footsteps. I'm coming to Europe. You know what I mean? I'm lit. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, man, yeah, I knew you could do it. You know, a lot of people faking. You know? So I'm like, all right, boy, I'm happy. Found out it was fake, bro. They wanted me to send some money over for like some visas or something. And no team's gonna ask you to
send some money over. They paying you. They gonna pay for everything. That don't even make sense. You right.
But I'm young. I'm anxious.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell people my business because I don't trust people, because I'm like, man, I got my deal. I'm isolating myself, tour stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm focused. Now I'm like, okay, boom, I accomplished a goal. Now let's move up. You know what I'm saying? Let's do these years overseas. Let's go to league.
Elevate, right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm thinking.
Expansion.
Man, Slim, turned out it was fake. So I'm salty. I'm up that joint like, man, all right, cool. Like, that joint fake. Now what I'm gonna do? So the dude, my agent, it was like some league called the TBL.
Right.
I was like, man, I don't want to go play no TBL. I'm still got that mindset, bro.
Right.
And it sometimes it's good that you got that mindset too, because you know your value, you know your worth.
Yeah, you won't settle for anything.
Yeah. So it's like it worked out good for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, I ain't want to do that, man. And so I started working out with Zach Marbury, Stephon Marbury brother.
Okay, that's tough.
Zach became my trainer, and so I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
how was that?
it was tough.
Okay.
Zach, shout out Zach. Zach, it was tough because it's like he got that Coney Island, you know, and the Marbury, like they got that. I don't know what it is, bro. They just
hard on you type of vibe.
They hard on you, but they expect a certain type of excellence out of themselves because they like the standards, like the Rockefellers,
I get it.
The Marburys. You know what I'm saying?
They done seen it work before, so it's not
proven.
impossible. Yeah,
it's proven. You know what I'm saying? So if he tell you to do it, it's proven. Like that's what Stephon do.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, damn, this nigga Stephon is crazy. He was crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, man, and it was cool. And so I took a chance. I went out to Miami. This the whole time. This is supposed to be my rookie year, but I signed a fake deal, so now I'm a free agent. Mm-hmm. So I went out to Miami, and it was the Taylor Sports Group. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Beasley be like the We the Ones. Mm-hmm. I went out there and I wanted to go boogie against them. My man Brandon Childress from Wake Forest, he was out there. A lot of people I already knew playing against from the area. They was out there, the pros and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, boom, let me go bump.
Right.
So I fly out there. The ticket, it was COVID time. Fly out there, man. It went cool. So then I came back, man, and I had a deal. A deal came through on Instagram, and
man, right after the funny, he said I know. Look, I see the face. Hey, how you felt when you said it?
Hey, I was like, real. I was like, all right, cool. Let me vet this real quick. So I called it was in Mongolia. Yeah. I called everybody I knew in my resources. Like, man, is this real? This real? They like, yeah, it's solid, it's legit. It's the highest league in Mongolia, but when you looked at from European teams and teams of high level, it's a low level league. Okay. So I'm like, all right, cool, but I gotta get some film. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if I'm gonna move on, I gotta get some film. So I go out there, bro. I'm killing. I got like 27 a game. I only played like 3 games, and then COVID happened. And
that's when you was bugging with the behind the back. I'm just trying to follow.
Yeah.
You know, I know I'll be jump in,
Yeah, that joint was crazy. That was a little Jamal Crawford joint.
Yeah.
But I was out there, I was killing, man. I had like 27 a game, then COVID happened. Boom. Season done. So I'm like, man, what y'all mean? Like, I'm only out here a month. Like a month and some change. Like I just signed a fake deal. Y'all know my story.
Right. It's time for me to get paid. I came to Mongolia, you hear me? It's time for my check at.
I'm like,
I'm not trying to hear it. I feel it.
I'm like, man, y'all know my story, man. I came D3, D2, signed a fake deal, got a chance, got 27. I'm like, man, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they was like, man, it's nothing I can do. Season's done. COVID. Gotta go home. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go home, man. I'm working. I'm playing ones. I'm staying in shape. And I'm like, man.
How was that as far as financially? Were they able to compensate you a little bit?
Done. They compensated for the time I was there. Okay. And then season was done. They didn't know when it was going to happen because COVID was such a new thing. It changed the world. You know? And I was in Asia where it started at. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't playing. So I'm back at the crib, bro. I'm working out. I'm discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm feeling bad for myself, but I'm still working. Then I went to Miami again. And this time I went to Miami, it was a different circumstance because COVID happened. Yeah. Flights was cheap. I'm down on my ass. So I'm like, all right, cool, let me fly to Miami, little $60, $50 flight for the Spirit. And then I'm going to go back out to the sports group. Right. And I'm going to go boogie. Yeah. So I go out there, I go boogie with them. I play pretty good. And then they say, man, one-on-ones. So I'm like, this is what we do.
Now we can eat.
I'm like, okay, cool. Because the 5-on-5s, to be real.
You can't really always prove your game in a 5-on-5. Your team keep losing.
And you got to think. Yeah. I'm me at the time coming into a situation with all them in the league or high level overseas pros. Like, so it's like, I ain't getting picked up in that first. I ain't playing that first game. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
'Cause I don't know them, they don't know me. I'm
Right.
just a dude coming in trying to boogie.
Nah, for sure.
You know?
For sure.
But the one-on-ones is like,
Now I get my shot.
nope, you can't hide.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's just you. So, yeah, 3 dribbles, full court. I'm like, all right, cool. So I played good, man, and you know, I ain't gonna say who I was. I was killing though. I was killing. And then it was a dude sitting down next to. He was sitting down, and me, I'm a natural. I'm a networker, right? I always like, even though I'm a basketball dude, I always network.
Yeah.
So I went over to the side and I started stretching by him. So I'm doing my stretching and all that. Tap him. I'm like, yeah, where you from? You know what I'm saying? He had on an all red, so he ain't look like he was from Miami. He
Right,
like he's
right.
from the East Coast.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, where you from? He's like, man, I'm from Philly. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm DC, Maryland area. Like, that's my part. You know, he's like, oh, okay, yeah. I used to be up Maryland. I'm saying, oh, yeah. We just get to rapping.
Yeah.
Hey, well, you just played? I said, man, I played at my goalie. I told him my whole story. I played at my goalie. I played 3 games, 4 games out there, a month and a half. I'm killing. Season done. Like, dang, man, like, you should be playing. Like, you tough. You
Right.
play. I'm like, yeah, I think so too. You know me? Like, I got you. So I'm like, man, I don't know, cuz. I'm like, man, he bluffing. You know?
Right.
Dog, he got my number, man. I'm on the call the next day. Larry,
Yeah.
shout out Larry Morrissey. I can't lie, my man Larry, like, that's my good man. And he made the call to Cape Town Tigers, and yeah, that's how that whole Africa thing started. Yeah, that's so crazy.
So that's tough. That's why it's not about what you know. It's about
who you know, and it's about who know you.
Oh wow! But so that started. Okay, Cape Town Tigers, and that's in Africa.
Yeah,
Motherland. What specific?
That's in South Africa.
Okay.
Me going into it, I always love Africa. I mean, that's where we from. But it's like at the same time, I wasn't as educated on
the dynamics of Africa,
the basketball of Africa, or the living of Africa. I wasn't really educated. You know what I'm saying? That's just the downfall of America sometimes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And so, yeah, man, I took a chance because I ain't had no other option. I just didn't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. They was telling me it's beautiful. I said, okay, cool. I'm with it. I just want to hoop.
Right.
At the end of the day, I want to make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know I'm good enough because I'm killing.
I proved it already.
Yeah,
right.
I know I'm good enough, so I just need opportunity. So that was another opportunity. And so I signed a pretty good deal. I went out there. It was beautiful. Still to this day, the most beautiful place I've ever been, Cape Town, South Africa. So I lived there for a year. Longest season of my life, 7 straight months. You know, 3-month preseason.
So how was that?
It was an adjustment, but at the same time, it was
And how did that whole situation happen?
Yeah.
So I'll let you touch on that first. How was it? It was an adjustment.
It was an adjustment. It was pro life now, so nobody got it. Well, it was an adjustment, but at the same time, it was kind of smoother for me because I was already living a pro life, where it was like people ain't have to say, "Oh, let's go to the gym," but like at that time, it's like, "Nah, you just gotta go get it in." You know what I'm saying? So it was cool for me. The language was not a big throw off because South Africa kind of like a melting pot.
Yeah, for sure.
We had other Americans, and then the Africans were just cool. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was no animosity. It was just a good situation. You know what I'm saying? They let me rock out, and I played well. You know, played well.
That's what's up. So what, like, how does that work? So the Cape Town Tigers are in the African basketball?
Yeah, so the Cape Town Tigers is in the ball. They're in the Basketball Africa League. Now, the Basketball Africa League is new.
Yeah.
Right, so for those who don't know, the NBA branched out to Africa.
Yeah.
So now they created the Basketball Africa League. That's basically NBA's Africa, basically. And so it's only 12 teams. You got 2 sides. Just like America, we got East-West.
Yeah.
Over there, they got Nile and Sahara. Right, so it's 6 and 6 to make 12, right? So you got qualified to be those 12 before the season starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went out there to help Cape Town qualify for the ball.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, that shit was
That's
dope.
super dope.
So it was the first time that South Africa had a pro team that had NBA dudes, right? Because we had some NBA dudes on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who you get a chance to play with?
I got a chance to play with Ben Uzo.
Okay.
He had a triple-double in the league. I had a chance to play with Billy Preston.
Okay.
To Kansas.
I'm definitely familiar with Preston.
It's a couple people. They was running in and out. And Michael Bongo.
Oh, I don't remember. Marco came out there to play at Texas. He played for Mount Vernon, right? I think he went to Mount Vernon.
Shout out to my dad, Mike.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, we had some good people out there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of interchanging movements, but fortunately, I stuck around, bro. You know, I wasn't one of the ones that got cut early. So
you made the whole season.
Yeah, I made the whole season, man. It was a blessing, you know what I'm saying? And I helped them qualify, and then I took another deal.
With them, or you?
Nah, I switched.
Okay, to a different team in the ball.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother. So it's like we went to the qualifiers, and in the I told y'all I'm always network, importance of relationships. So at this time, we fast forward. I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm slacking, but I'm not scoring as much as I need to. So like if you're an import overseas, as you already know, like you gotta perform. And I was performing, but I wasn't performing enough. Right. In they standards. Right. So it's like they was just like, I don't know.
They was basically telling you that.
Yeah, they very transparent out there.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. I step my game up, cool. But in the meantime, I'm like, man, they can always cut you, cause I just seen them cut NBA dudes.
People, yeah, right.
So it's like they cut NBA dudes, dude. They'll cut you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah. So we go to practice and everything, and another team is walking in that's trying to qualify for the ball. Right. And I ended up talking. The dude that walked past me while I'm doing my dribbling drills. He walked past me, and this after practice, I'm already getting my extra work in. So he walked past me, bro. And he sounded like one of us. He talking. Yeah. But he looked African, so he talking like he American. I'm like, man, where you from? Same thing I hit Cuz with in Miami. So I hit Cuz. I'm like, man, where you from? He said, man, I'm from what's that place on Juice? I mean, not Juice. Is it Paid in Full? When they went out there, the dude was eating a banana.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Omaha.
Cuz from Omaha.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, I ain't never met nobody from Omaha. You know what I'm saying? Only person I know from Omaha is the boxer.
Look, Nebraska.
Only other person I know is the boxing cuz. Terrence.
Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
Shout out Bud. That's my main shit.
Yeah.
My son
so
Bud.
That's the only cuz I know from there. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we just get to rapping, and I just keep me and cuz just develop a friendship. Okay. So Cape Town, at that time we didn't know if we was gonna qualify or not. It was some stuff happening with COVID. So our process was on standby. So the tournament was over. We lost the game, so we didn't know if we was gonna be one of the 3 teams, basically. Okay. I wasn't about to wait. Right. So I'm talking to other cuz. I'm like, what's up with y'all? Y'all need a guard just in case. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm gonna send y'all my film. You do what you do. Right. Send them my film. They like my game. They offered me a deal. I took that joint. I took that job. Business. And at this time,
y'all ain't secure me. So I mean, I'm technically, you know what I'm saying, I'm in a space where it's like, listen, I might as well negotiate.
Season over. Yeah, because you got to think, like, once the qualify is done, you know, if whether y'all qualify or not, they got to re-sign you. So you're a free agent once that's your season. So I'm like, they might bring me back, they might not.
So the ball, that's the league that J. Cole played in, right?
Yeah, J. Cole. Okay, he played in the first joint. Okay. So that was like a PR type move. Get more expansion to the league. Okay. Made sense. Looking back at business.
No, yeah, it did. Because that clip made Sports Center and all of that.
I mean, look at the first person you bring up.
No cap.
I don't even think about J. Cole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I was saying that because I just wanted to make sure that was the same
same joint.
Because I ain't gonna front, he ain't do good. It's not like he went over there and averaged 30. Like, J. Cole averaged 30. J. Cole got attacked up.
Yeah,
shout out Cole, you know what I'm saying? I love you, Cole. You know what I'm saying? We love the music and all that. You know what I'm saying? I love to have you with the coaches. Love to have to sit down, love to chop it up. I actually, you know what I'm saying, Cole all the time. But it wasn't working, gang.
And you like Africa.
You nice probably for the regular, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's
J. Cole.
It just get like
I know you like Africa. I'm doing some projects out there. Mess with me.
For sure. It's all love. It's all love. We just speaking, you know what I'm saying? Speak about the fact.
But that league is tough. And so it turns out Cape Town ended up qualifying. We ended up making it.
So 2 weeks later. You ended up playing them.
So look, this is what happened. So 2 weeks later, I get the news that they qualified. So I'm like, all right, boom, yeah. I'm celebrating because I'm still part of the team. But I'm on the back and I'm my own agent because I ain't touch on this, but I fired my agent after Mongolia, because that was my first deal. Where he was like, man, you need a financial advisor. I'm like, man, I don't need no financial advisor. Like, I study, because he ain't know me on the business. He only know Jared the business. He ain't know Jared business. So I fired him because of that. So this whole time, I'm negotiating my own deals now.
Right.
So the first Cape Town contract, I negotiated that job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So after we about to get into contract negotiations, they ain't contacting me as much as I think they should. They contacted my man Billy, but they ain't contacting me as much. So I'm like, hey, look, I don't know. I know how this pro go. So I'm like, man, let me prepare myself.
Secure, right.
I don't got no agent. I gotta be my own agent. So I know I want to play the ball. So I'm like, man, all these other teams, they gonna see me boogie. I'm doing pretty good. So he liked my film. The other team, South Sudan, liked my film. They offered me a deal. I negotiated up, scaled up that. You know, signed a pretty good deal.
That's dope.
ESPN covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah. ESPN Africa covered the move from Cape Town to South Sudan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a good story, man. Had a lot of PR, and yeah.
Is that on different sides? Like how you said, the now versus the other side?
Now we was on the same conference. We played against each other.
That's what I asked you earlier.
Yeah. So we ended up playing against them. Actually, it was funny. It was real cool though, cause we all, we was in a bubble.
So.
Yeah, we was in a bubble, bro. So it's like we all had to, go out to dinner. The chef make all, what I'm saying? It was a big hotel. So I always seeing them.
So how the NBA bubble was, I was in the bubble too.
Exactly. So I'm seeing everybody, it's all love.
Right.
But they know about Jared the business too.
Yeah.
So they already know, like, hey, Jared gonna do what's best for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they know how I feel between anybody. I love everybody,
Right.
So I had to do what's best for me at that time, and I still show love to them.
For sure. Yeah, just because you make the best decision for me don't mean that.
They gave me a great opportunity.
Yeah.
A great platform.
And it sounds like you appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I took advantage of that.
That's all you owe somebody, is to appreciate a blessing or a favor they did for you. You know what I mean?
No question.
So just to double back real fast. So that coverage from ESPN, that was it, like an article, right?
Yeah, it was an article.
Okay.
It's on ESPN Africa right now.
Okay, everybody go check that out. That's why I just wanted to double back down on that. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So you signed with what's my bad? I don't know.
It's all good.
I know the team.
Cobra South Sudan.
Cobra South Sudan.
It's basically South Sudan's team.
Okay, so you signed back with South Sudan, right?
South Sudan.
And so y'all in the bubble, right?
Yeah, we in a bubble, man.
How was that season?
That season was cool.
Okay. How y'all make out? Y'all won?
We lost.
Okay.
We lost because the way the ball breakdown is the first, and then it's the second. The first bracket in Cairo, the second bracket in Senegal, and the third, the championships in Rwanda.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to be in the top 4 to make it to the next round.
Okay.
And we ended up losing. You know what I'm saying? So the season was cool though. It was the first time playing on ESPN every game, playing on NBA TV every game.
That's dope.
Everybody got to see me play. I had a real good game, against the best team.
Yeah.
So that that gave me a lot of confidence. I could have played a lot better. I feel like I could have played looser at the end of the day, but at the same time, it was a adjustment to a new team. We didn't really practice together.
Yeah, because
as
there's
much.
a lot of time to
So everybody's trying to do their best.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we would have had more time to prepare. We would have had an even more successful season. But yeah, it was a good experience for sure.
Okay. So in Sudan, after that season, what matter of fact, what year is the season in? Because the bubble was around COVID.
That was last season.
2020. Okay, that was last season.
That was last season.
So who you? Cause we talk off the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to say, so who are you about to go? What team are you signed with now?
I just signed a deal to play in Rwanda in the Rwanda League.
Okay.
I got some good things going out there. So.
Where's that? That's in Africa as well.
Yeah, that's
right?
in Africa,
okay.
man.
Okay.
I want to keep playing in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
I even want to play in like the Rwanda League or the NBA Africa League for a little while.
Yeah.
I got a good fan base over there. It's comfortable for me.
Okay.
That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of business ventures over there, so I want to stay.
I think that's super dope.
I want to stay around that area. Like if I play in, like a UAE.
I'm gonna come visit Africa while you're out there one time for sure. Cause I always wanted to visit Africa, but
it's like that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna come when you're out there at one point. Whenever you're out there, I'll come slide.
And you gotta know your own niche too.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to play in Europe right now. You know what I'm saying? It's too cold. It's too long. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff going on the business side too. So it's like it gives me a lot of flexibility.
Yeah. Playing
in shorter seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's true.
So it's cool.
True. So how's the business? I'm gonna get the basketball out the way. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I know that you Still a pro, y'all. So I wanted to touch on all of the basketball, get y'all up to date. Be up to date. You're going out to Rwanda this season. He gonna play
Orion Basketball Club.
Okay, so we back to Africa this season coming up. Actually, real soon. At this time, when this drop, he probably already be out there. So I'll be sharing stuff to the story, keeping y'all tapped in with that. But I want you to touch on this this business that you got going on, the ventures and
for sure.
I know you got two companies.
So I got a training company. Why not BTO? BTO stands for Beat the Odds.
Okay.
I got a financial literacy. It's like an economic development conglomerate. It's called BTO Ventures. And then I have a nonprofit called BTO Global, Beat the Odds Global. So we just had a big summit in December. It was a precursor for Joe Biden U.S. African Summit. So it was basically to bridge the gap between African and global business. So we had a lot of execs and stuff coming out to that. So we just do a lot of stuff on the financial side. You know, helping. We do a lot of investing, but also we do a lot of education.
Okay.
You know, so that's real big on my heart. And then on the side of that, I got a massive project that I'm working on right now, where I'm trying to bring a lot of facilities to Africa.
Right. I seen you're working on the stadium, right?
Yeah, I'm working on the stadium, a couple stadiums really, and I built a real strong team around me. You know, it's about relationships at all times. Your network, man. So
not your network.
Yeah, 100%. So I brought in a lot of more educated people in terms of different sectors I need, like engineers, right? People to do renderings, you know, editors. There's a lot of different components that go inside of a big real estate project like that. But yeah, it ended up turning into sports and entertainment districts. So we got the stadium, we got the sports academy, we got some of the projects got a film studio component, right? Some of them got outside infrastructure like lodging, right? So a lot of like hotels, you know, bungalows, right? Telecommunications. So my large scale thing is, you know, start building smart cities, right? So I've been blessed to have, you know, some good mentors, especially in Africa, people that's built smart cities themselves.
Yeah.
You know, so I take a lot of their game.
Yeah, I saw you working with what I believe is a very successful person. You went to go visit his university.
He built a city. He built a city.
Okay.
Julius Mwale,
Okay.
a Kenyan billionaire. He built his own city called Mwale.
So he's a billionaire?
Yeah, Kenyan billionaire.
Oh.
He's a Kenyan billionaire. In America, I don't know if he's a billionaire currently.
He's probably got a bunch of
He's close to it.
Yeah, a bunch of millions.
I mean, he built his own city.
Yeah.
So he's doing pretty well for himself. But yeah, he man, that dude, he gives a lot of game to me. And then I just surround myself with a lot of people. It makes me scale up. So it's like they see me as a basketball dude, and then next thing you know, like I'm trying to be a business mogul, right? So it's like I'm doing a lot of stuff that, one, it serves a need for people, right? Because even when you look at the NBA Africa, it only plays in 3 facilities. You know.
So it needs expansion.
It needs expansion.
It needs exposure,
right?
more exposure.
And it's 54 countries in Africa.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, let me just go ahead and attack that need, you know, help the people, and then put my own American, you know, Jared twist on it.
Yeah.
Whereas like I'm bringing a sports academy with it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to replicate the greats like IMG, you know, OTE.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of talent that goes in and out of Africa, and the music too. And you being a music guy, you already know how Afrobeats is taking over.
Going crazy.
You know, people look at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
The halftime show, it was nothing but Nigerian artists.
Yeah. Now they're going crazy. Burna Boy, shout out Burna Boy,
Yeah.
shout out
Tim,
shout out. It's a bunch
Rima,
of
all them they was doing their thing.
It's a bunch of people going crazy.
And they really pushing that push back to Africa.
Davido.
Davido. They're pushing that push back to Africa, man. And like I say, it's something that is big on my heart. So I'm just attacking it while I can. You know.
That's definitely dope. I think that's something big. You know what I mean? I think that's a dope thing. I think we need more of that. I think that's selfless. I think it's definitely it's pouring more into the youth, into the future more. So you know, you build, basically that's what you're doing, because you might, you know, you may be able to see these things get built, but you're not going to benefit from as much as the kids that's about to be born or the kids that were just born type of thing. So it's definitely a big thing that you're doing, and I don't see it done a lot. So I definitely want you to come on here and talk about it, and talk about what you're doing, because it's very big, bro. So we're gonna definitely shine a light on that and make sure that everybody know and they could tap in and maybe they could even, like you said, be a part. I know the type of person you are. Be a part of what you're doing. Maybe reach out. Maybe get some advice. Maybe, you know what I'm trying to say. So
yeah, it's massive, man, and I'm trying to really expand it more. You know, we got a partnership with one of the royal families in the UAE. You know, that's big.
That's super big.
You know, because it's like we want all like united factors.
Yeah.
Our big thing, even with
global, pretty much.
Beat the odds, even with our nonprofit, right? Beat the odds global. Like we want to have that united factor with everybody.
That's why I put a global on this.
You know what I'm saying?
That was the whole reason about the logo. To be honest, I'm being real. It's not just one section. It's not one state. It's not one country.
Yeah.
It's about we want to reach the masses.
The masses, bro. And at the end of the day, it's not a lot of us that actually take that approach. You know, so it's paid us dividends. You know, we got a strong presence in Africa.
For sure.
You know, so like, why stop there? We trying to have a strong presence in Barbados, strong presence in Trinidad, strong presence in Mexico.
Yeah.
And these are all different places that we currently in conversations with. That's why I named those.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So it's like we're trying to do a lot of infrastructure. You know, so it's funny how, you know, life is life and for real. You know, it's turning from more than just an athlete to really on, you know, some world development type stuff.
Nah, that's definitely dope, bro.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear about that, business-wise, the financial and all that. I just want to touch on one more thing. Matter of fact, two more things. I want to touch on what you got coming next, but I want to touch on how was it like? I seen you also with on the financial side of things. I seen you at the stock exchange. How was it going up to the New York stock?
It was cool. That was a different experience. I had to represent for us.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, I was the youngest black man in there, for sure.
That's tough.
It was only 3 or 4. I want to say 3 of us, realistically. But you know, I got the invitation, man. I repped as well. I came out with a lot of friends. You know, we went out to the bar after.
It's dope.
So it's me, 25 at the time. You know, I'm sitting with dudes 64, 70, 55, white man. You know, they cool. You know, good people. You know, I'm giving them game.
Right.
Because you know me, I'm talking about my projects. I'm talking about Africa.
Right.
So I'm educating them.
Right.
And they like, man, okay, let me give you something in exchange. Let me educate you on something. So then we just get to
exchange knowledge. That's a powerful conversation.
Yeah, it's powerful.
It's not always about exchanging currencies. It's about exchanging knowledge.
That is the most powerful currency.
Hello.
You know, that knowledge is the most powerful currency, man.
Hello.
When you turn that thing over, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Money can come endlessly.
Yeah.
Money can come endlessly. Generational wealth.
Yeah.
So I wanted to touch on that for sure. That was dope. I also wanted to ask you before we get out of here, like, so you got the basketball going, you know what I'm saying? I know you got a bunch,
Yeah, I got some other stuff I just can't talk about right now.
You got a bunch of years. I know we can talk about a bunch of off camera, but I'm saying you got a bunch of years to play pro. I think you got a bunch of years left in your career. Sky's the limit as far as business. You can do business until your brain keep clipping, you know what I'm saying? So what's your plans out of everything? Like, what's your ultimate goal?
I want to get 500 million one.
Okay.
That's always been a goal for me. I want to at least amass over 500 million. And that's just something, you know, personal for me, because it's like, yeah, money not everything, but at the same time, it's like, that's what I feel like I can achieve that plus more. So I want to always keep that as a personal goal of mine. I want to have a healthy career. You know, I want to have the rest of my career with no injuries.
Right.
You know, I want to be a team owner.
Tough.
You know, I want to own a lot of things.
Right.
Man, I just want to have a happy, successful life, and I want to just keep helping people at the end of the day and remain myself. It's like I can help people, I can represent us at different type of platforms.
Yeah.
I can speak. I don't really like speaking politically, but I can, I can touch on a little every sector.
For sure.
And still be myself.
For sure.
And that's what I want to keep. I want to keep that. You hear me? I don't never want to change
who I am or compromise who I am for a certain status or a certain amount of success and stuff like that.
Because it's like at the end of the day, you know, some things you have to carry certain things a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as a pro, I got to live like a pro on and off the court. So even in my interview, everything I got to be professional. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the type of mindset I carry with everything. So I mean, that's just how I want to keep scaling up as a pro, keep everything peak. You know?
I respect it.
That's all I want to do, man.
I respect it. I respect it. I'm going to get into the first culture question. Who's your GOAT?
Kobe.
Oh, I didn't even say the names. He said Cole, but he said, okay, Cole was in there though.
Cole
was in there. Cole, okay.
He a GOAT, bro. It's the work ethic. You know, I already know.
That's why he's on the coach wall. You know what I'm saying? But I'm biased, so I can't give people answers. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But, alright, favorite show, Martin or Fresh Prince?
Martin. Martin from Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Martin from Maryland?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's what's up. That's actually dope. That's Martin funny as shit. I ain't funny. He a clown. If a whole closet full of Jordans, every single pair, any color you want, every pair you like, whatever, or a whole closet full of Yeezys, any color, pair, flavor you like.
I'm gonna go Jordans. Because it's more versatile.
Okay.
With shoe, I'm gonna go Space Jam 11s.
Or you can have any. Okay, good.
White cement 4s.
Okay.
Black cement 3s.
That's tough. He's naming some heat right now. But look, the best part is you about to have a ball because you could.
I'm talking Jordans.
Yeah, you could pick whatever you want. Yeah, you could.
I like Yeezy, but what you doing?
He said it's J.O. Alright, so look, we on food, right? Spanish food, Caribbean food, soul food, Chinese food, Italian food, or African food?
African food.
Okay.
It's because I'm eating it too much.
Yeah.
Really. Like I'm used to it right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's really what I'm on.
What's your favorite African dish?
You know, I'm going full. You know, some goat stew. Like I'm really. I'm gonna eat. You know, I like African food because I'm getting more filled up. You know, I like Caribbean food too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a fat boy low key, so I like to eat. You know, so.
Nah, me too. I ain't gonna hold you.
My real answer is whatever food is in front of me. That's my real answer, but I'm gonna go African though.
Alright, Xbox or PlayStation?
To be honest, I don't even play games.
Okay.
But shoot, back in the day we was PS2 playing San Andreas. You know.
So you go PlayStation?
I mean, but then we went Xbox 360. That's where I left off. Like that's the era.
Game, right?
Yeah, that's the era I left off at.
Sure,
the 360. You know, and it was cool.
For sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, bro. Xbox, I guess.
Alright, Xbox. Alright, was Michael B. Jordan wrong?
What'd he do?
On the whole red carpet incident when he saw Shorty. So what happened? Well, let me explain it. Cause I know everybody be a little confused at the time. Shorty, I guess on the radio, she told a story or like she basically mentioned him in high school or in the past and said he was a cornball. Right?
Was he a cornball?
That's how I feel. You was a cornball, then you was a cornball, right?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There was nothing wrong with that. You was corny back then. You move on to yourself. You start getting cool, whatever. That's a fact. But right, so she said that. He saw her, the same girl that said that, who was kind of more lit at the time, or cool girl, whatever, maybe how she's explaining it. Yeah. He saw her and was like, she was like, hey, we know each other a long time. Like, try to play it cool. He was like, yeah, I'm the corny nigga, right? The corny nigga. Like, but he dead serious though. Like, he like smiling, but he like, yeah, the corny nigga, right? Like, like,
I mean,
you think he was wrong, or you think he was?
A part of me, this is double answer.
50-50, right?
A part of me, like, he not wrong because he ain't really carried her the way he could have carried her.
For sure.
He could have been like, I'm corny, then walked off.
Yeah.
So it sounded like he actually had some conversation with her or whatever, you know. So he could have carried it a lot different. So I ain't gonna say he wrong, but at the same time, it's like, man, if you on, man, let it go. If you on your P right now, you playing, you know, you a professional. Let that go. Let that girl ain't nobody worry about no high school stuff. So it's 50-50. But at the end of the day, he gave you a spotlight, shorty. So take it for what he is. He still helped you out. So hey, you know what I mean?
Nah, no cap.
Because I don't know about him.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you on that. I ain't gonna lie, 50-50. I feel like he the OD. You know what I'm saying? He ain't violate. Like, but I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that crazy, but it obviously hit the blogs all over the place and all of that. Another question: is Ja Morant tripping?
Ja, put the phone down, shorty. All you gotta do is put the phone down. Like you, whatever you doing, it's been done before, and it's gonna keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? You living life is a beautiful thing. Just put the phone down. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not for everybody.
Okay.
And when you make it to that certain level, you gotta really tone it down and be a lot more responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to a club and everything. People go to clubs all the time. You having that phone, that changed the whole dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You got a weapon to protect yourself. People got weapons to protect themselves. But you having a phone showing your weapon to protect yourself, it's just not a smart move for you in your situation. It's not a smart move for most people in their regular situation.
No,
not 200 million on top of that.
Not with that on the table. I ain't
Got
trying
a lot
to
on
put
the
nothing
table.
Yeah, I ain't leaving nothing to that one.
So don't let them trick you out your spot just for that fame.
For sure.
Just because you already got the fame. So it's like, man, what you really doing?
My last coaster question for you, right? That you're a basketball player, and I'm gonna add this on for the next couple episodes too. Is who you going with in the dance this year? NCAA. I know you've been back and forth overseas doing a lot of stuff. Haven't really
watching no basketball.
But I'll give you a couple first seeds. I think Alabama's the first seed, Kansas the first seed. Like
Alabama got that guard. I like him.
Kansas State's pretty good.
I like that guard. He from New Jersey, Hackensack, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they got a nice little guard over there in Alabama. So I like them. Who's the other team you say?
I believe Kansas is the first seed.
See, to be honest, I
haven't been keeping up much either, but it's coaches.
You know who win it though? You know who win it?
Who win it?
Howard. So I got Howard winning it all.
DC, look, DC, and that's how we gonna end it.
I got Howard, underdogs. Parlays go crazy.
That ticket plus 6 million. You put 10, you gonna win 6 million. Look, let me stop. Shout out to Howard, man. I hope y'all boys make a Sweet 16, Elite 8, something. Make some noise, man. All real seriousness. By the time this drops, we gonna know what's up and all of that. And y'all see it, whatever.
Right.
But great interview with you, bro. Great catching up with you, bro. The coach is gonna let us.
You gotta do it again.
I wish the best. For sure, we're gonna definitely have part 2. All my guests that got that type of, it ain't over, but it's just been going so good. We're gonna be back. We're gonna talk about it again. We're gonna catch up again. When I'm not here, I'm at a bigger place, and you at a bigger place, and we have a better conversation. You know what I'm saying? But it was great having you, bro. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
I wish you well this season.
Hey, y'all, this last day too. I used to tear his ass up.
He's crazy.
Oh, that motherfucker.
We leave, man. He's crazy, man. Get me out of here, man.